Hello everybody, Prince and the Berry here, and we're back at Magic Kingdom, a place that we almost never come for
like
one thing and one thing only.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, it's time to be our guest again.
Super Bowl day and Valentine's Day for you, which is why we're here.
Which is tomorrow?
Yeah.
Either way, apparently there's a new plant-based item, so we're going to go in and break that plant in half.
Be sure to eat the plants.
You heard the girl.
Or the gray stuff. It's delicious.
People like to walk.
Summer there is outside.
Couple of times. Welcome to the newbies. Welcome back to everyone else.
You gotta put your octopus in there.
No.
She said
no. The Enchantée Rosé. We got this last time we were here. It's very refreshing. Beautiful rosé. I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 rosés. Cheers.
Princess and a rosé are like snow in Beast Castle. Just as remember, smooth, a little bit of tart at the end, but not too much that it's harsh. 3.5 out of 5 plus. If you can't come to be our guest and not cheers some champagne at the very least, cheers to the community. Fancy grape juice. I still like it. 3.5 out of 5 plus. So I came in to be our guest, a little bit biased. I'm the last person ever wants to come to this place. The decor is amazing. It never misses. But the food has always been sort of hit and miss, even though last time I got like an off menu, like pork chops, that it's actually on the menu now, which was pretty good. But starting off with drinks. A Michelada octopus, the Squid's Revenge. Like, look at that. I got suckers in my drink. With an olive, tomato, a salted rim. There's octopus swimming around my drink with some squid ink in there. It is probably the most non-plant-based friendly drink that we've probably ever had, probably except for that Bloody Mary at Mardi Gras. But Olivia's. But this is all me, 100%. Micheladas themselves are a mixed bag. I think the only one of our light we had at Universal in Hollywood. But this is an adventure. I'm all for it. 4 out of 5 plus.
We got a tapioca bread and earth balanced butter. I always love a good place that gives good bread and earth balanced butter. I'm just gonna take a small piece because I got a lot of food coming. It's like a nice dry bread. I quite like it. And the earth balance is extra salty. It almost tastes like real butter. Like more so than normal. It's very good. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 breads. It gives decent bread.
Like a nice fresh house-based roll. This thing feels warm. Like a nice bread cola when I stuff under my cheeks. I ever take a bite out of it. I don't know where I'm going with that. But either way, I'm gonna steal the Princess Earth Balance because even though I'm lactose intolerant, I don't really like butter all that much. But I do it for you guys. This is your proof. You can make a plant-based, gluten-free roll and not taste like absolute garbage. This just tastes like a tasty roll. I would have these every time. 4 out of 5 plus. Crumble?
Maybe a nut crumble or
I was like, probably like, oh, is it?
oh yeah, he said toasted almonds.
It's very pretty.
Alright, we have a salad with apples, toasted almonds, and tomatoes. All of the ingredients are really fresh and amazing, but the dressing is just a little weird to me. It's like citrusy, but I don't know, it's just kind of off-putting. I would think I would rather have this salad without dressing because you can have like the apples and the radishes and the tomatoes to kind of dress it up. I'm not sure about this salad. It's okay. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5 salads. It's not tossing my salad.
Man, this is a family channel. Another fancy style salad. I have leaves and fruit on one side, and then a pile of nuts on the other. I don't know what you guys are getting at. I'm not huge on like super sweet salad dressing, so like when you add something to a salad to give like a natural sweetener, like apples or raisins or anything like that, I'm usually on board. This one, the apple pieces are a little big for a salad. Let's go ahead and dive in here. Let's just scoop up some of these toasted almonds first. A little apple piece, get a radish piece. Spear us a tomato. Actually, even though it's not much of a salad, I love the apples in it. It gives the salad like a nice balance of the savory and sweet. The toasted almonds are a nice touch. It's a high-class salad. 4 out of 5 plus. And another obvious ploy to try to gain my favor, we are serving me up with even more octopus. So we have all spread out throughout this plate. There's a big piece of octopus here. I think it's a sizable piece. We have little crisps. There's some beet mousse on here. There's hearts of palm, seaweed salad, and then actually like a roasted beet as well. So it's a nice like display of the sea floor with like a grilled octopus resting place. Either way, I love the theming. It's beautifully displayed. Let's see how it tastes. Go for the main course here. Let's just get a little of the octopus. Get a little bit of the spread. Get a little bit of this hearts of palm here. Get a little bit of beet mousse. Put that there on top. And Ahab would be proud. I'm always surprised at the versatility of hearts of palm. Even when we're at home, knowing how some people in the plant-based community, even obviously not plant-based, have an issue with hearts of palm, but hearts of palm with octopus adds a nice tang to like that, like chewy, sort of unique flavor that octopus has. Along with the sauce and beet mousse. I need more beet mousse on things. You're never gonna get a hate out of me if I can get beet mousse. I don't know, you succeeded in making me like beets, Disney, I'm sorry. Or maybe I'm not. But either way. For this, 4.5 out of 5 claws. It's not Nomad Lounge grilled octopus, but it's still really good.
You don't have grilled octopus and Nomad Lounge anymore, you mean Tiffins?
Either way.
So we have this beautiful sweet corn cake dish that reminds me of like a play on the chickpea panis that they have at Cinderella's Royal Table. So I guess they're trying to directly battle each other. I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and try one of these guys. Cut you in half with some veggies that look very beautiful. I will say it's much better than empty ravioli or empty tortellini that we had like the last 3 times we came for the prefix. So I'll give them that. It's interesting flavor. I like the corn, but why corn? You're not Jiku. There's no coconut corn here. But I like it's improved. I like it. I'm not obsessed with it. I'm not gonna come here for it, but I like it. So I guess 3.5 out of 5 corns. It's not terrible. I'm gonna eat it.
If it's one thing you can never take away from your guests is the theming. Even if the food has not been the greatest every time that we've come here, and I think we're on visit 5 or 6 now, it feels something authentic to the location where Beets Castle would be. It's very French. The portion sizes are very French. Even the how they display and the sort of plating of each dish feels like something authentic to like a rustic French town. So I really don't have any complaints about that. But the flavoring is always something that I'm a little bit worried about. This one looks a bit weird. So you have sweet corn bricks, mushrooms, some greens. I'm gonna do one all-in bite. If I get on the fork. There we go. Okay. Sweet corn cake is very interesting. It feels like a variation on a polenta cake, almost. But the breading is like very seasoned, which works out well for it. It gives it a nice flavor. The vegetables are extra. They do an alright job of complementing it. It's definitely not the worst thing we've had here, and it definitely feels better than the last thing we had here. As is, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 claws. I definitely think it's worth the visit if you want to come eat here now, but I'm not saying that I'd recommend it to anybody. But if you want to come here and you're plant-based, it's an above-average option.
This or Mama Melrose?
Mama Melrose. Usually Mama Melrose polenta cake is a lot better than this. Here you have a nice filet, done the right way. Medium rare. Medium rare. On a bed of mashed potatoes with a little bit of like a juice or gravy here. It looks very pretty. It also looks like something that's very authentic to Beets Castle. I assume the prince loved to hunt. No, before he was turned into a beast.
Like before he turned into the
Not after. Of course, either way.
Maybe he still likes to hunt, you never know.
He hunted a bell, that was for sure.
Gaston likes to hunt.
Well, very well done filet. Not well done, but well executed filet. Very juicy, very flavorful. Mashed potatoes are a nice compliment. If you're a steak and potatoes guy, here's your steak and potatoes. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
I'm noticing the price of the bigger.
I have the Poulet roe chicken. I usually skip most chicken dishes when we come to like fine dining restaurants because it feels like the base dish. But I feel like it's time for me to start eating more chicken, far less of the beef and more of the fish dishes. Sort of give everybody like a full complement of what these places offer. This is not basic looking chicken. You have bread pudding, seasoned and flavored next to nice roasted pieces of chicken. Just gonna pick a little bone like a grizzly bear, like we do, and I promise I won't use it to floss my teeth. Okay. It's a very beautifully roasted chicken, nice and herb. It's like if you got a rotisserie chicken but elevated. Nice deep flavors without being greasy. And it's juicy all the way through, not dried out at all. Which is the one thing that I'm always worried about when I order chicken, especially in a theme park. And so let's try that with a little bit of this bread pudding. Cut off a little bit of the chicken here. Everything combined, it feels like a year-round Thanksgiving dinner in your mouth. Very good seasonings, very good flavors without being overly seasoned or salty. It is definitely an above-average chicken dish. It's definitely not going to make it on my bare necessities list. Not everything, if you like chicken, it's something you should try. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
So we have a vanilla cake with some chickpea mousses and beautiful fruitses. I'm gonna take half a strawberry and this and just do it all in one beautiful bite. That mousse is incredible. Oh my god. And the gel, I feel like I just ate the most extravagant Pop-Tart of my life. It's amazing. 4.5 out of 5 desserts. This is vastly improved over the last few desserts that I remember at Be Our Guest.
So vanilla cake, some fruit, and a mousse. Love the plating. A nice little stripe through of the mousse. The bits of cake. It definitely makes you feel like you're being treated. Because the plant-based dessert is all in all a lot bigger than even the 3 regular desserts combined. Let's get a little taste of this. I was worried the vanilla cake was going to be too strong, but it's just right. The super sweet of the mousse balanced out with the like tartness of the berries works very well for it. I'm not a huge cake person, but this is a good dessert. 4 out of 5 plus. So here you have the same 3 dessert spread that you've been getting at Be Our Guest now for a few years. I sort of miss the dessert trays just for say the display, but in the end the result is the same. So here you have like this chocolate bonbon with like the toasted nuts on top.
There's Grand Marnier in there.
Grand Marnier apparently. And then a little sauce at the bottom. Let's go ahead and bite this sucker in half and see if there's gold inside. Nope. There's more chocolate. And a punch of alcohol. You can definitely taste the Grand Marnier. It's not like overpoweringly. It's not like the pouring the shot in the crepe incident we had in France. But this is nicely balanced with chocolate. I'll give this one 4 out of 5 plus. Maroon. What was the filling in the macaroon?
Raspberry.
Raspberry macaroon. I'm still on the fence about macaroons. I've been trying to love them. They feel like something I would love, like an elevated, like little mini dessert, but I'm kind of on the fence still. One thing I do love about macaroons is the texture. That like flaky to soft. It's a joyride for me. The raspberry is a bit strong, making the whole thing overly sweet for me. Not as good as the chocolate with the Grand Marnier. That one's 2.5 out of 5 plus for me. Everybody comes here, then everybody raves about the gray stuff. To me, it's just gray, literal stuff. Usually surrounded by some kind of chocolate. This time, you have a circle of chocolate, and sort of little white chocolate medallion with the designs that Disney desserts are known for. You got little balls of the white chocolate in there. We'll just kick Chip aside. He's basically useless anyway. And then just get a scoop of the gray stuff. It is in fact delicious.
Are you gonna ask the dishes?
I'll ask the dishes. But it is in fact delicious. So gray stuff. I know people rant and rave about the gray stuff, but in truth, it's just fluffy icing. It's like, there's not a whole lot to it, it's just like a more whipped icing. Instead of being like that thick consistency, it's like a more airy, like mousse texture, with like an icing flavor punch. If that's your sort of deal, it's great. It's not the best thing on the planet. Your kids are going to love it. Their dads will make jokes about it. But at the end of the day, it's literally just gray stuff. It's okay. 3 out of 5 plus. Be Our Guest. I would have to say this is the best experience we have ever had at Be Our Guest.
Something sweet.
Yes, Malik and
almost
Sally.
kind.
You see them, you're in for a good time every time you come here.
Oh, big props to Malik. Like, amazing waiter. And then Sally, best hostess ever. The cast member experience today was unreal. It was so good.
The food and everything here has definitely taken itself up a level. I still think that if you want to experience Beach Castle, it is definitely worth coming here to give it a try. And now the food definitely matches the experience.
It's a little bit better. We need to go back to the Cinderella's Royal Table to do a true comparison this year to last year. But
maybe not soon.
I'm going to say at this point with the corn, it's about equal to that chickpea panisse that I had at Cinderella's Royal Table last year. Somebody needs to convince Bear to let me go back to that restaurant.
You're going to have a hard time, but you can try that in the comments. But I want to know what was your last experience at Be Our Guest, or if you haven't been to Be Our Guest, I need you to let me know why in the comments. If there's anywhere else you'd like to see us go, something you think is much better than this restaurant, by all means, that's a good place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
And like the video. And if you don't comment, no beast for you. No beast. He gone. He gone. He not coming. He just gone.
Don't make the Persian girl angry, but you heard the girl.